Hello Bakugan fans! This video is very special and apparently very necessary as I received quite a few messages. This will be the updated and definitive version for the whole channel history on how to get Bakugan and tips for collecting. This video will be useful forever and will already have the most updated tips that I don't think will need further updates in the future. Okay, so we will start with the most economical methods, in quotes, which are Facebook Marketplace, a section of the platform itself where you can find secondhand items, things people usually sell. In this case, what we're looking for is Bakugan. And to buy here, personally, we recommend that you do it cash on delivery for sure, so there's no danger, since it's not exactly a very safe site, let's say. So we 100% recommend meeting in person in a safe place that you can determine, for example, a shopping mall. On this platform, sales from your country appear, meaning sellers who are posting on the marketplace in your country. And this is quite simple to use. The next method is Facebook groups. All you have to do is search for the word Bakugan plus the name of your country, and you could find a group that, in this case, for example, is the one for my country, Peru, where they sell Bakugan. This method is very good as it allows you to find Bakugan in a relatively safer way, since groups generally have rules, methods, etc. And, of course, you can meet collectors in your country with whom you can connect, have a Bakugan community, and collecting is enjoyed much more. There are groups for many Latin American countries. For example, we have the one for Mexico, Argentina, etc. But also, if there isn't one for your country, I recommend creating your own group and starting it yourself. For example, Bakugan Guatemala. There are many people from Guatemala who have written to me, but there is no Guatemala group, but there is no Guatemala. So one of you could create your own group for Guatemala, Costa Rica, etc. That's how you should proceed with your countries so that you can have your own Bakugan community and help each other out. Places where you could find Bakugan would be, for example, toy fairs, which are basically secondhand toy fairs, flea markets, and in Mexico, they are known as Tianguis. You might find secondhand Bakugan. They're maybe in poor condition, but at a very good price. Alright, now let's move on to the apps where you can buy Bakugan. This can sometimes be more expensive, but it's relative. It really depends on when you search and buy. The first one I'll show you is eBay, a site that, well, we can all access. The problem lies in getting the seller to ship to our country. Of course, first we log in. If we already have a registered account, well, if we're on iOS, we just use our fingerprint and the account opens automatically. If not, just create your account with your email and such. What you also have to do is add your address. If you have a US address or someone who can do you the favor of receiving the Bakugan, that's much better since eBay focuses mainly on the US, which is where most shipments go. Okay? And if you change the address to your country's address, in my case, I'll put Peru, which is where I live, well, all the listings, if the currency doesn't change, will indicate that the item doesn't ship to your home country. And if it does, for example, let's search for Bakugan Manion here. It will show you the shipping cost to your country. Here it is, $17.50 for them to ship this clear Manion to me. That's for searching for specific Bakugan. But generally, sometimes they aren't found, especially the rare ones, so search for Bakugan lot, which is the most effective way to buy and find the ones you're looking for. I recommend doing it this way. Here there are filters. So you can search by price, lowest price, plus shipping. And that's the way I recommend most for finding Bakugan on eBay. It's best to buy lots to find the ones you want, since many aren't found through individual searches. You can also visit the Mercado Libre platform in your country as there are rarely Bakugan there, honestly, at least in my country, but there might be a remote possibility. So you could also take a look at OLX, which is also a similar platform to Mercado Libre. If you are looking for Japanese Bakugan and want to buy several, it might be worth it. If your budget is high enough, you could take a look at Yahoo Auctions and buy through Bui, or on Mercari and buy from Japan. It could be quite convenient for you. If your budget is fairly high, we're talking about at least $200 or so, it could be worth it. Since shipping is expensive, but there are good lots, you could check it out. I have some good tutorials on the channel about how to buy on Bui and from Japan. I'll leave the links in the description and in the comments. Now we are going to give you a series of tips that have been very useful for our Bakugan collection. The first one is to have a steady source of income, since having Bakugan requires money, especially if you want to collect main or rare Bakugan. In the case of the main ones, most tend to be relatively common. You will see that many have them, but since they are in high demand, whenever one goes on sale, many want to buy it, which makes the price relative. So, especially in those cases, you need to have a certain budget.
Finding the Bakugan we like or are missing is not always as simple as it seems. It's not just about going to a site, typing in the name of the Bakugan you want, like an Alpha Hydronoid, Clear MK2, or the Translucent Aquos Preyas, and finding one that is good, nice, and cheap. It requires a lot of effort, dedication, and patience. Like that time, Diego and I were looking for the Armored MK2. I remember staying up late many times searching on Japanese sites. Due to the time difference, I had to be awake in the early morning while they were posting them during the day over there. And sometimes there were nights when they wouldn't post anything or there wasn't anything good. But there were also occasions when I would fall asleep, and when I woke up, I'd see they had posted an Armored MK2, but it had already been bought. It was a bit sad and disappointing. What I would do was take some time to breathe, calm down, and say, this wasn't my chance. But that's okay. With patience and dedication, I will keep looking. Diego and I never give up. We never throw in the towel. We always keep going because we put our whole hearts into the collection. Thanks to that, we've received many rewards, or strokes of luck, so to speak, like that one time. We found a Pyrus Deca Neo Vortex. It was impossible to believe a Pyrus Deca Neo Vortex with the attribute, G-Power, and everything, in gray condition. It was beautiful to have it in our hands and see it pop open on its card. It was so epic. I have a great recommendation for you. Never give up or throw in the towel. Believe me, there is always something good behind one or several lost auctions, and you will always find something that will make you say, wow, it was worth the wait. We are collectors at heart, and we give everything for our collection. There are many beautiful moments that Diego and I have saved, and that is thanks to our effort and dedication.
A very important piece of advice we have to give you is that when collecting Bakugan, make friends, since Bakugan is a global phenomenon, and we recommend joining the Bakugan Planet group on Facebook, which is for everyone and is only for sharing Bakugan things. No sales allowed, it's just for the love of Bakugan. And well, making friends and having a Bakugan community will make you enjoy collecting so much more. Talking and chatting is much better. Who knows, even when you least expect it, you could end up doing an international trade. Who knows, there are no limits when it comes to collecting Bakugan. The truth is that over these years, we have had many surprises and have done things we never imagined regarding Bakugan. Another tip as a collector is that if you are going to make a deal or an agreement with someone, whether for a trade, purchase, or sale, do not cancel it. Don't tarnish your reputation as a collector. The value of your word, the time, and the dedication one puts into their deals is very important. Unless it is due to an emergency or a mutual agreement between the parties, do not cancel your deals and respect the rules and norms of the groups you are in, because what may be normal in one country might not be well received by someone else, since we all have different ways of speaking, especially in international groups. Remember that among different countries, we have different ways of speaking. The ideal is to avoid sarcasm and jokes in the way you speak. We must always remember to be kind to each other, since just like in the Bakugan interspace, we are all different. And more kindness means more trust to share Bakugan content, which makes us have a lot more fun when collecting. Well, that is all for today's video regarding Okoen prices. Next week, we will upload a video with a detailed list of steps to follow that will give you a relatively accurate price for the Bakugan, as a personal recommendation, of course. Also, don't forget that we sell Bakugan through our Instagram page. Remember that international shipping costs $40 and is handled by DHL Express. Speaking of our Instagram, don't forget to follow us there at Bakubanet and at Bakuo Collector. And that's it. See you in the next video, Bakugan fans.